I walked into the kitchen that rainy afternoon, expecting nothing more than to grab a coffee and escape back to my room. But there she was, Alexis, my sister Emily's girlfriend, standing by the counter with tears streaming down her face. Before I could ask what was wrong, she closed the distance between us, her hands gripping my arms as she whispered, "Alice, I can't keep pretending anymore. I'm in love with you." The words hit me like a freight train, shattering the fragile peace I built around my own hidden feelings, and in that instant, I knew our lives would never be the same. My heart pounded as I pulled away, staring at her in disbelief. Alexis, with her confident smile and effortless charm, had been part of our family for 2 years now, ever since she and Emily met at that art gallery downtown. Emily adored her, and I'd always admired Alexis from afar, telling myself it was just sisterly affection. But now this confession, it was a betrayal, a spark that could ignite everything we held dear. "What about Emily?" I stammered, my voice barely above a whisper. "She's your girlfriend. My sister." Alexis wiped her eyes, her expression a mix of desperation and resolve. "I know, Alice. God, I know. But every time I look at you, every conversation we have, it feels right. Emily and we're drifting. This isn't sudden. It's been building inside me for months." I turned away, leaning against the fridge, my mind racing through a whirlwind of thoughts. How had I not seen this coming? The late-night talks when Emily was asleep, the lingering glances during family dinners. Had I been blind or just in denial? Deep down I'd felt it too, that pull toward Alexis, but I buried it under layers of guilt and fear. Coming out as lesbian in our conservative suburb of Chicago wasn't easy. Emily had faced enough judgment from our parents already. Dad, with his old-school values from his military days, had barely accepted Emily's relationship. Mom tried to be supportive, but her worried look said otherwise. If they found out about this, it would destroy us. "You can't say things like that," I muttered to myself, but aloud to Alexis. "This would kill Emily. And what about me? I don't know. But I did know." The truth clawed at my chest, demanding release. Alexis stepped closer again, her voice soft but insistent. "Alice, please. Think about it. Remember that weekend at the lake house? When Emily was out hiking and we stayed back talking about our dreams, our fears. You opened up about feeling trapped in this life, about wanting more. I felt it then, the connection. It's not just attraction. It's real." Her words stirred memories I tried to forget. The way her laughter made my stomach flip, the comfort in her presence that Emily's never quite matched for me. But loyalty screamed louder. Emily was my older sister by 3 years, the one who'd protected me from bullies in school, who'd held me when our grandma died. Betraying her wasn't an option. Yet, as Alexis stood there, vulnerable and raw, I couldn't deny the ache in my heart. I fled the kitchen without another word, retreating to my bedroom upstairs. Locking the door, I sank onto the bed, burying my face in my hands. What was I supposed to do now? Tell Emily? Pretend it never happened? The inner turmoil gnawed at me. Part of me thrilled at the possibility of reciprocating, of exploring this forbidden path, but the larger part recoiled in horror. Society's whispers echoed in my mind, the stares at pride events, the hushed judgments from neighbors. Our family was already on thin ice. Dad's traditional family lectures had intensified since Emily came out. If I pursued this, I'd be the villain, the homewrecker. But suppressing it felt like suffocating my soul. Hours passed in that room, my thoughts spiraling into a vortex of what-ifs. By dinner time, I heard Emily's voice downstairs, laughing with Alexis as if nothing had changed. How could Alexis act so normal? The hypocrisy burned, yet I envied her composure. That night, sleep evaded me. I tossed and turned, replaying the scene over and over. Alexis's confession wasn't just words. It was a mirror to my own suppressed desires. I'd dated guys in high school, but it always felt performative, like checking boxes for normalcy. With women, especially Alexis, there was an authenticity I craved. But at what cost? Emily's happiness? Our family's unity? The moral quandary twisted my gut. Love shouldn't require destruction, should it? Yet here I was contemplating just that. Morning came too soon, and with it, the dread of facing them both. As I dressed for work at the local bookstore, I resolved to confront Alexis privately, to demand she take it back, to preserve the status quo. But deep inside, a rebellious voice whispered, "What if you don't want her to?" Downstairs, the kitchen was a minefield. Emily was making pancakes, humming a tune, while Alexis set the table, avoiding my gaze. "Morning, sis," Emily said brightly, flipping a pancake. "You look like you didn't sleep a wink. Rough night." I forced a smile, mumbling about a headache. Alexis shot me a quick, pleading look, which I ignored. Breakfast dragged on, filled with small talk about Emily's upcoming exhibit. She's an artist, specializing in abstract pieces that Alexis, a gallery curator, had helped promote. Their relationship seemed picture-perfect from the outside, but now I saw the cracks. Emily's occasional distant stares, Alexis's overcompensating affection. Was their love fading? Or was I projecting my own turmoil? After Emily left for her studio, Alexis cornered me in the hallway. "We need to talk," she said urgently. I nodded, leading her to the backyard patio, away from prying ears. The air was crisp, but my nerves were on fire. "What you said yesterday. It can't happen," I started, my voice trembling. "Emily trusts you." "She trusts me." Alexis sat across from me, her eyes searching mine. "I know the risks, Alice, but denying this won't make it go away. I've tried. For months I've convinced myself it's just a crush, but it's more. You're the one who understands me, the late nights discussing books, philosophy, the world. Emily loves the surface, but you see deeper." Her words resonated, stirring that forbidden thrill again. But morality anchored me. "And what? We just hurt her? Sneak around like cowards?" I snapped, anger masking my confusion. Alexis leaned forward, her hand almost touching mine before she pulled back. "No sneaking. If we do this, it has to be honest. I'd end things with Emily first." The proposition hung heavy, a choice between truth and devastation. My mind screamed no, but my heart wavered. "Honest? This is betrayal, Alexis. Pure and simple." She sighed, looking away. "Is it betrayal if the love was never fully there?" Emily and I. We started strong, but lately it's routine. No passion. Her admission fueled my inner conflict. Did that justify it? Ethically, no. But emotionally, the debate raged within me as we sat in silence, the weight of potential consequences pressing down. By the end of that conversation, I hadn't agreed to anything, but I hadn't shut her down either. Walking back inside, I felt like a traitor already. The rest of the day at work blurred by, bookshelves offering no escape from my thoughts. Customers came and went, but my mind was elsewhere, weighing loyalty against desire. That evening, Emily noticed my distraction. "What's up with you, Alice? You've been zoning out." I lied, blaming work stress, but guilt gnawed deeper. How long could I keep this secret? The moral tightrope was fraying, and one wrong step could send everything crashing down. The days following Alexis's confession blurred into a tense haze, each interaction laced with unspoken words. I avoided being alone with her, sticking close to Emily like a shadow, but the effort exhausted me. At night, alone in my room, my thoughts betrayed me, replaying her words, her touch on my arms. Was this love or just forbidden temptation? The societal pressures I'd internalized screamed caution. Our neighborhood, with its picket fences and judgmental eyes, wasn't kind to deviants, as Dad once muttered. Emily had fought hard for acceptance. Now I risked undoing it all for my own selfish heart. One afternoon, while Emily was at a meeting, Alexis found me in the living room, flipping through channels mindlessly. "We can't ignore this forever," she said, sitting beside me, too close. I shifted away, heart racing. There's nothing to ignore because nothing's happening. But my voice lacked conviction. Alexis turned to face me, her expression earnest. "Alice, tell me you don't feel it too. Tell me, and I'll back off." The challenge hung there, daring me to lie. Truth was, I did feel it. Every shared glance, every accidental brush of hands ignited something real. But admitting it meant crossing a line. "It's wrong," I whispered, more to myself than her. "Morally, ethically wrong." She nodded slowly. "I get that. But love isn't always neat. Sometimes it's messy, painful. Question is, are you willing to fight for it?" Her words echoed my inner turmoil. A battle between duty and desire. Family came first, that's what Mom drilled into us growing up. Dad's stern rules reinforced it. Loyalty above all. Yet here I was, contemplating the ultimate disloyalty. That evening during dinner, Emily announced a surprise weekend getaway for her and Alexis. To rekindle things, she said with a wink. Jealousy stabbed me unexpectedly, sharp and unwelcome. As they planned, I excused myself, retreating to process the envy. Why did it hurt? Because deep down I wanted Alexis for myself? The realization hit hard, forcing me to confront my sexuality more directly. I'd suspected for years, but fear kept it buried. Now it demanded acknowledgement. The next day I confided in my best friend, Sarah, over coffee at a downtown cafe. Sarah, openly bi, listened without judgment. Sounds like you're caught in a classic love triangle, she said. But Alice, you have to think about the fallout. Emily's your blood. Her words mirrored my fears, but she added, that said, suppressing who you are isn't healthy either. Society's changing, but families, that's trickier. Walking home, her advice swirled in my head. Change was slow in our circles. Dad's church friends still whispered about sinful lifestyles. If I pursued Alexis, I'd face ostracism, perhaps even from my own parents. The ethical dilemma deepened. Was personal happiness worth familial pain? Alexis texted me that night. Can't stop thinking about you. I stared at the screen, fingers hovering. Replying felt like stepping into the abyss. We shouldn't, I typed back, but didn't send it. Instead, I deleted it, leaving silence. The indecision tormented me. Sleep fractured by dreams of confrontation. Morning brought no clarity. Emily noticed my mood swings. Spill it, Alice. What's eating you? I brushed it off, but guilt compounded. How could I look her in the eye knowing Alexis's secret? And my complicity? That weekend, with them away, the house felt empty, amplifying my solitude. I wandered the rooms, memories assaulting me. Family holidays, Emily's coming out dinner where Dad stormed out. We'd rebuilt slowly, but fragility lingered. In Alexis's absence, doubt crept in. Was her confession genuine or a fleeting infatuation? My heart said genuine. The way she listened, understood my aspirations to write novels, unlike Emily's dismissive hobby comments. But logic argued against it. I journaled furiously, pouring out the conflict. The thrill of potential love versus the devastation of betrayal. Monday arrived, and with it their return. Emily glowed, talking about romantic walks and deep conversations. Alexis, however, seemed subdued, her eyes flicking to me with unspoken questions. Later, when Emily napped, Alexis approached. The trip was nice, but it confirmed things. I care for Emily, but it's not the same as what I feel for you. Her honesty disarmed me. Stop, I pleaded. This is tearing me apart. She reached for my hand, and this time I didn't pull away. The touch sent electricity through me, awakening desires I'd suppressed. But morality yanked me back. We'd be monsters, I said, withdrawing. The tension escalated that week. Small arguments between Emily and Alexis surfaced, over chores, plans, hinting at underlying issues. I watched, torn between relief and sorrow. One evening, Emily confided in me. Alexis seems distant lately. Think she's losing interest. My stomach nodded. Maybe talk to her, I suggested, hating myself. Inside, the moral compass spun wildly. If their relationship was failing independently, did that absolve me? Ethicists might say no, intent matters. But my heart grasped at straws. By week's end, Alexis cornered me again. I told Emily I need space. Shock rippled through me. You what? She explained. Not about you yet. Just that things feel off. The partial truth felt like a half measure, increasing the drama. Emily was upset, retreating to her room. I comforted her, all while battling guilt. It'll be okay, I lied, wondering if I was the cause. The inner conflict peaked. Pursue happiness and risk everything, or deny it and preserve peace. The choice loomed, heavy with consequences. Emily's hurt was palpable, her usual vibrancy dimmed as she moped around the house. I don't get it, Alice. One minute we're fine, the next she wants space. I nodded sympathetically, but inside turmoil raged. Alexis's move felt like a calculated step toward me, amplifying the ethical quagmire. Was I complicit now? Society's lens judged harshly, homewrecker they'd call me. Family dinners became strained, Dad grumbling about modern relationships, failing. Mom trying to mediate. Their ignorance blissed me out, but the secret weighed like lead. Alexis sought me out in the garage, where I was sorting old boxes to distract myself. Emily's hurting, I know, she said. But this had to happen. Our connection, it's undeniable. Her proximity stirred that familiar pull, but anger flared. You think this fixes things? Now she's blaming herself. Alexis winced. I'm not proud, but staying would be a lie. And you? You're lying to yourself too. The accusation stung because it was true. My inner monologue screamed. Admit it, Alice, you want this. But the cost? Emily's tears, potential family rift. Moral lines blurred. Was ending a fading relationship wrong if it paved way for truth? That night, Emily confronted Alexis in the living room, voices rising. I eavesdropped from the stairs, heart pounding. Is there someone else? Emily demanded. Alexis hesitated. No, not exactly. The ambiguity cut deep. Emily stormed out, slamming the door. I rushed down, finding Alexis in tears. This is what you wanted? I accused. She shook her head. No, but it's necessary. Alice, please choose us. The plea cracked my resolve. In that moment, vulnerability overtook me. I hugged her, comfort turning to something more. A brief, charged embrace. Pulling back, panic set in. What had I done? Guilt consumed me the next day. Emily called from a friend saying she'd stay over. Dad interrogated me. What's going on with those two? I mumbled vagueness, but his suspicion grew. Inside, the debate intensified. Loyalty to family versus authenticity. Books I'd read on ethics offered no clear answers. Utilitarianism said maximize happiness, but whose? Kant's duty ethics demanded truth, yet deception protected. The philosophical tangle mirrored my chaos. Alexis texted. Meet me at the park? I went against better judgment. Under the oaks, she poured out her soul. I fell for you gradually, Alice. Your kindness, your depth. Emily's great, but we're mismatched. Listening, empathy swelled. My own story spilled. Suppressed feelings, fear of judgment. Coming out would kill Dad. I confessed. She held my hand. We'll face it together. The promise tempted, but reality intruded. Society's barriers, like workplace discrimination Alexis had faced. Was love worth the fight? Returning home, Emily was back, eyes red. Alexis wants to break up, she said flatly. Devastation hit. I'd contributed to this. Comforting her, I felt like a fraud. Why? She asked. I couldn't answer. That night, alone, self-loathing peaked. Was I selfish? The inner voice accused, yes, for even considering it. But another defended. Everyone deserves love. The fallout escalated. Emily moved to the guest room, Alexis on the couch. Tensions boiled over at breakfast when Emily snapped at Alexis. Just leave. Alexis glanced at me, pleading. I stayed silent, cowardice winning. Dad intervened later. This drama's unacceptable. Fix it or get out. His ultimatum heightened stakes. Mom pulled me aside. Alice, you seem involved somehow. Denial came easy, but shame lingered. Midweek, Alexis packed bags. I'm staying with a friend, she told me privately. But this isn't over for us. Her departure left a void, Emily retreating further. I visited Alexis that evening, drawn irresistibly. At her friend's apartment, we talked hours. Emily deserves better, Alexis said. And so do we. Kissing her cheek goodbye felt like commitment, igniting hope amid fear. Back home, Emily confronted me. You've been distant too. Is something going on? The lie stuck in my throat. No, I said, but doubt flickered in her eyes. The web of deception tightened. Moral compromises piling up. How much longer could this last before explosion? The house felt like a pressure cooker after Alexis left. Emily's silence deafening. She threw herself into work, painting furiously, but her pieces darkened. Abstract storms reflecting inner chaos. I watched guilt eroding me. Dad's lectures increased. See? These relationships don't last. His words stung, reinforcing societal biases I'd internalized. Mom tried bridging, but tension simmered. Inside I battled. Contact Alexis or let go. Desire one. We texted secretly, each message a thrill laced with risk. One evening, Emily broke down. I think Alexis cheated, she sobbed. Heart-stopping, I asked why. Little things, her distractions, the looks toward you. Paranoia or intuition? I denied vehemently, but seeds of suspicion planted. The moral weight crushed, my actions indirect caused this pain. Was love justification for hurt? Philosophers argued no, non-maleficence first. Yet my heart rebelled. Alexis and I met covertly at a cafe outskirts. Emily suspects, I warned. She nodded. We tell her soon. The plan terrified. And our parents? Society. She squeezed my hand. One step at a time. Her optimism clashed my pessimism, but in her eyes I saw future possibility. A life authentic despite costs. Home, Dad announced a family meeting. This dysfunction ends now. Emily revealed the breakup. Dad blamed lifestyle choices. Mom defended weakly. I stayed quiet, inner storm raging. Later, Emily cornered me. Be honest, did Alexis hit on you? Shock froze me. No, I lied again. Her disbelief evident, trust fractured. The betrayal's ripple widened. Friends sided, some with Emily judging Alexis. Whispers reached me. Alice involved? Social pressure mounted. Our community, conservative, amplified shame. I questioned everything. Was this worth it? The answer wavered. Alexis pushed for disclosure. Hiding's killing us. We planned telling Emily together. The meeting at a neutral park was tense. Emily arrived wary. Alexis started. I fell for Alice. Emily's face crumpled. You what? Accusations flew. Traitors. Both of you. She stormed off, leaving us devastated. The aftermath was brutal. Emily moved out to a friend's, cutting contact. Dad exploded when told. Unacceptable. Get out, Alice. Mom mediated, but damage done. I crashed with Alexis, our relationship born in ruins. Happiness tainted by loss. Family bonds severed, societal judgment looming. Weeks passed in isolation. We built tentatively, but guilt shadowed. Emily's text came eventually. Hurt, angry rants. Reconciliation seemed impossible. Inner reflection deepened. Had I chosen wrong? The price, family estrangement, weighed heavy. Social ripples extended. Lost friends, workplace awkwardness. Alexis faced professional backlash, gallery whispers. We attended support groups, finding solace in shared stories, but pain persisted. Months into our relationship, the initial passion sustained us, but cracks from the past widened. Alexis and I shared an apartment now, in a more progressive Chicago neighborhood, away from judgmental eyes. Yet every laugh felt stolen, every kiss a reminder of the cost. Emily hadn't spoken to me in weeks. Her last message, a curt, "Don't contact me." Dad's silence was louder. Mom's occasional calls laced with pleas for reconciliation. The societal mirror reflected harshly. Online forums debated similar stories, labeling us as selfish. But in quiet moments I wondered, was authenticity selfish or necessary? Our first major fight erupted over a family holiday invite from Mom. We should go, Alexis urged. Show them we're real. I recoiled. And faced Dad's wrath? Emily's hate. The argument escalated, old wounds reopening. You regret us, she accused. No, I countered. But the pain. It's overwhelming. Tears flowed, inner doubts surfacing. Had I traded family for love too hastily? Moral retrospect haunted. Perhaps mediation first, not deception. Emily reached out unexpectedly, wanting to meet. At a coffee shop, her eyes were guarded. Why Alice? My own sister. I explained honestly, the gradual pull, the denial, the explosion. It wasn't planned, I said. But it happened. She listened, then admitted. Our relationship was fading anyway. But the betrayal hurts more. Her words offered a crack of understanding, but forgiveness? Distant. Back with Alexis, I shared the encounter. Progress, she said hopefully. But tension lingered. Dad's call came next. Come home. Alone. The ultimatum, forced choice. Family or partner. I went heart heavy. Dad lectured. This isn't you. End it. Mom added. Think of Emily. The pressure tested my resolve. Inside, the ethical battle peaked. Prioritize blood or chosen love. I chose Alexis, leaving amid tears. The decision liberated yet scarred. Our bond strengthened through adversity. attending therapy to unpack trauma. Society's acceptance grew slowly. Pride events helped, friends returned. But family healing lagged. Emily eventually softened, a tentative lunch leading to cautious talks. "I miss my sister," she admitted. Reconciliation budded, fragile but real. Dad remained distant, mom bridging gaps. Years on, reflecting, the journey taught harsh lessons. Love demands sacrifice, truth its price. We navigated prejudices, building resilience. But the initial betrayal's shadow lingered. Was betraying family loyalty for personal love ever justifiable, or does it always lead to irreparable harm?